Greetings and welcome to the next video in my Fallout 4 series. In this video, we're going to be traveling around the Northwest, exploring some of the map locations. We've already looked at some of the non-marked locations. There's plenty more in the Northwest sector of unmarked locations with little bits of stuff here and there, but I think after we finish this one up, we're probably going to work on Sanctuary a little before moving forward. So, as I said, we're going to continue exploring the Northwest sector in this one. So let's get to it. All right, so we're back in Sanctuary. Let's make sure and unload some of our junk and other stuff. Let's equip our armor. Can't hurt to have more protection. Using the Q key, we can go ahead and set shortcuts for the number keys for the various weapons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you can push to get your weapons up. All right, let's do a little work on our weapons. We've got enough adhesive and stuff, so. The only two ways to actually increase weapon damage is to make better mods and then to take some of the weapons perks like Gunslinger or Rifleman. Right now what's available is with no special. There's a perk called Gun Nut that allows you to make better modifications. We haven't taken it yet. We'll probably take it a little later. And we're going to make the Summon Companion holotape from the mod. And there's a reason for this we're going to see here in a minute. One of the many idiosyncrasies of Fallout 4. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the vault and take advantage of a glitch to get the cryolator we saw in another video, but there is not one particular issue we got to overcome, which is why we need to make that particular holotape for our Pip-Boy. This glitch we're going to use involves getting dog meat, so you got to do that before you can do this. So we're going to tell dog meat to go stand on the platform.
Get into position.
Hit the button. And there's dog meat as we start to go down. Now, interestingly, when we get to the bottom, there, dog meat has vanished for some reason. And we're going to need him down here for this glitch. You can try this a few times till he comes down, or, as I say, you can use mods to get around some of these glitches and issues. Bethesda thing, I think, getting games not fully ready and letting modders fix some of the glitches. Of course, most modders usually go well beyond just fixing glitches, but that's neither here nor there. So, cryolator's in the room over there. We need to get dog meat down here. So, get our holotape. And we summon our current companion, since that's dog meat. And there he is. Yeah.
Hey. How you doing? Hey. Grab that. Go check that out. Right here, boy.
Oh, he got some ammo. Now where's he going? Let's try that again.
Wait there. Come on. How you doing, buddy? Hey, boy. Think you can find something for me? See if there's any good stuff nearby, boy.
Right, you might have to try this a couple times, but locks don't bother dog meat at all. And we have the cryolator. Alright, let's get out of the vault. Don't worry, the dog meat didn't make it. He teleports. And there he is. He beat us to the surface. Alright, back to Sanctuary. And we'll lighten the load again, so I'm not planning on using the cryolator anytime soon. I'm going to probably start rushing through these at a higher speed because you really don't need to see my inventory manipulations. Just like I think I'm going to start traveling at higher speeds because you don't really need to see that also. So let's go back up to the vault, and from the vault we're going to head west. Fast travel, without fast traveling. This place overlooks the vault. It's got a railroad sign, and it's got some stuff here. We'll talk about that more when we get to the railroad. Keep heading west to this tower over here. Oops, sounds like a mole rat. So again, heading towards the tower, yeah, that one right there. And then just off to the north of it, we can find this shack. Not a marked location, but there's some stuff in here.
That's it.
At these lower levels, every bit of experience helps. Won't do you much good when we get to higher levels and the experience requirements are much higher, but like I say, it helps here. So we continue to head north. There's our Pip-Boy flashlight. Some radiated thistles. Alright, we're right there. Almost due north of the vault. And let's see. Yeah, there's a light. Looks like a shack. Looks like a shack over there. And we've got this convenient branch going out over the roof.
Hey!
Sounds like a raider. There's a dog. Critical headshot by pressing the space bar. You have to re-enter VATS and exit with the E key and space bar. We can loot. Get a lot more stuff. And we're going to continue east from here. And when it gets full, we can use the bats. Then we exit with the E key and press the space key immediately after you do a guaranteed critical hit. Then you got to refill your meter after that. There's some perks that help with that. We'll get to that. Here's some gunshots. Another person out in the middle of the water.
So that's it, huh?
Hostile. And we have a eastward travel. We've got a mark on our map. You can see it there. It's a little south of due east. Fortunately, I don't see dog meat, but he found something. I don't know what. We're at the robotics disposal ground. In this game, you can get a lot. If you want to look around a little before starting the main quest, you can get a lot of powerful stuff. There's a Fat Man shell. That's a small nuclear projectile. We just need a launcher, which is right here. Fusion core for power armor. And there's some first aid and some other valuable stuff in here. I should quit calling it junk. It is, but yeah, valuable stuff. More duct tape needs more adhesive. There's a magazine. If you want, you can take time to read the terminal entries. The main thing here is you want to collect the holotape for the robot, the sentry robot out there in the yard. It has a few defects, so whether you want to use it or not, that's questionable. And continuing east, well, let's do a quick save here. You see a satellite array off in the background there, or a single satellite dish anyways. And there is a crashed Vertibird. Got the shotgun out. Damage at close range, less than the further you get away. And here is an almost complete set of power armor over there. We're going to collect the extra junk first. Weapons, or not weapons, but ammo and some other stuff. So here it is, an almost complete set of T-45 power armor. It's just missing the right leg. We don't want to waste a fusion core though getting it back to Sanctuary, so if you have a fusion core and you enter the power armor, it'll use that fusion core if it doesn't have one. So where'd Dogmeat go? Alright, Dogmeat, get back here. There you are.
Heads up.
We're gonna let him hold our fusion core we just picked up. So we don't really need it to get the armor back to Sanctuary. And then we'll enter. If you don't get a complete set, it's only got 1 or 2 pieces, you go back to your last save at the robotic disposal ground and try again. You'll never get a full set, but this one's almost complete, which is actually kind of unusual too. Usually, like say, it's only 2 or 3 pieces on the frame. park this at the tower armor station. Okay. Let's fast forward to a little inventory manipulation here. I'm going to stop showing these. They just take a lot of time. You get the idea already. We're going to make ourselves a bed so when we come back here we can sleep. And the reason we want to sleep here is we get a bonus when we sleep here, but we're going to do that a little later. We got some more adhesive, so let's go ahead and modify another gun. There we go. Got some more armor to equip. All right, here's our passion. Let's give her some decent clothes.
Just looking to trade a little.
Don't go taking the good shit.
You see, you can look at some of the armor ratings on this stuff. You can see why I consider this mod character overpowered. We'll use her later. Give her back some ammo. Okay, let's go ahead and store her stuff. Like I said, I was going to skip through a lot of that, so. Onward, more exploration. This time we're going to head south. More dogs. Again. This is Abernathy Farm, a possible settlement. Right now we're just going to gather some of their fruit here. We're going to use it later. This is Lucy Abernathy. She'll pay you to pick melons for her out back, but right now we're not going to talk to them or make any deals with the settlement yet. We are going to head up a little north past the settlement. There's this trailer back here. It has a bed where you can sleep. If you're playing survival mode, it becomes important to know where all the beds are because that's the only way you can save. Anyways, we need some more hit points back, so we'll take a short nap. There we go. Continue up north. You want to check out all these towers. There's usually stuff at the base that you can pick up. Not all of them, but some of them. See the cabin over there? Ranger cabin. Bug City here. There's one. Got some stuff in here. Also in the suitcase, another magazine, but also in a suitcase over here is a runaway holotape. It just tells the story. It doesn't really add to play, it just adds to lore, background, stuff like that. So you can listen to it or not. Continuing on. Big warehouse here. The Wick Shipping Fleet Lockup. We can get some adhesive, some oil, some other things that we're going to need later. There's no gun mod that doesn't require adhesive, and most armor mods require adhesive, so that's something you run out of quite a bit. Good job, Doug. All right, let's explore this. Those radiation barrels in there. Let's get away from there. There's a trailer. Let's check out. Always find dead settlers. Safe.
Nice.
Nothing else here, I don't think. We'll start at one side and work over. This looks like a garage. Yeah, another ghoul. Supposed to toss that. Oil, some adhesive, some other stuff we need. Other things you need for gun mods are screws, springs sometimes. It's really annoying when you want to do a mod and you don't have the right stuff. Another magazine here. Gordak the Barbarian, that's the thing. Call it. Aluminum is something else you actually quite end up later in the game needing quite a bit. So every one of those aluminum cans you collect is 1 unit of aluminum. So we'll go ahead and, like I say, this has got a lot of mechanical stuff you need from gun mods and things early on. So it's a good place to strip. Another terminal to unlock. I don't think we've unlocked one yet.
That's it.
Got a mod for this because it's sort of like a, I don't know if you remember Mastermind game, but that's sort of what the terminal hacking's like. Alright, back to Sanctuary. Do some more gun modding. Oh yeah, we got a 308 caliber pipe pistol. So we're going to make a sniper rifle out of it. To do do that, we need to put sights on it. Or I should say we need to put a scope on it. This should be good for long-range attacks. Nice thing about pipe weapons early on is you can find lots of them around, and sometimes they'll have decent mods on them that are beyond your ability to build. So it's always good to have a few. Later in the game you won't use pipe weapons because they just don't do enough damage. Let's go ahead and sleep here. You'll notice we got the well-rested perk. This is a temporary perk that'll give us more experience. We do things here, so we're gonna do some baking to gain some experience and hopefully gain a level. There we go, level up. And if you come to a tough situation, you get a lot of this extra food and stuff, but some of it gives you decent benefits. For now, we're gonna store it here. Save. Back over at Wicked Shipping. And let's go ahead and spend our level up point. We're going to get Lone Wanderer, which is effective with dog meat but no other companion. And just some nice bonuses: damage resistance, carry weight. There's a little shack over here. Fighting something. More bugs. Can't get here. Oh, good boy, dog meat. Finish him off for me. Flying critters are the hardest to hit in this game. Got some radiation barrels in a toolbox. Let's pop Rad-X to help give us some radiation resistance. Yes. Doesn't eliminate the radiation, it reduces the amount you take. And we're in the middle of a rad storm here too. Heading east here. And there's another cabin. Here, and we're going to shoot him in the leg. Demonstrate something here. He shot out his leg, he's crippled. Now we can't catch him. We should go ahead and finish him off. Just the inner vats by pressing the Q. Execute what you set up in VAS, and if you put the space bar and you've got enough in your critical hit meter, you'll get a guaranteed critical. So this is Gorskis Cabin. There's our automatic 38. It does the job early on. cellar down here. Let's go ahead and loot. Change. Let's go to first person. Yeah, let's go with the shotgun. So I got these set up to the number keys. So got some radiation. Get close to that door. Let's go ahead and pop a rat axe. Just to be on the safe side. Wayne Gorskis. There we go. Dog meat, get out of the way. Another interesting issue. Another magazine.
Nice.
At some point we have to look at all these. Gorskis Manifesto. Let's go ahead and put stuff in here. And we spend a lot of time running back to Sanctuary and unloading stuff. And we're doing that because we're building up our supplies for when we start actually building stuff here. If you're not planning on building a settlement, you can just like keep going out in the wasteland. Rat away to remove our radiation. Radax helps prevent radiation. Rat away gets rid of it. Well rested, full hit points. And that's it. All right, we've got a lot of the Northwest explored. There's still a few more places we need to find, things we need to do, but I think before we go jumping into the rest of the Northwest sector, we need to do a little work on Sanctuary, start getting it ready for settlers. That's going to be our task for next video, is to clean up some of the stuff in Sanctuary and build some new houses and make things habitable. So join us then.